fresh with my Hebrew chick. And you do not want tests, I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out. I am black but comely, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Qadash, as the curtains of Solomon. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick. And you do not want tests, I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip. Clothes with a garment down to the foot. Lil' mama came back and took another look. Them fringes and them studs probably got her shook. But all I could tell her, I am not a crook. Whole team winning. Can't do it by myself, I brought my whole team with me. Tonight I need some help, I plan on killing these niggas. And I ain't talking murder, shawty killing these niggas. I know she probably heard of us, One West, Harlem, New York, since 1969. Looking for an Israelite woman that I can get behind. Take her to the promised land. Show her good niggas exist. Fuck what her mama saying. You understand? Listen. Fourth dimension blue is my cologne. All I did was say shalom and she offered me a phone number. Especially when I'm in the zone, I tell fire to the moon. Girl, you playing with the wrong. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick. And you do not want tests, I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip. And you ain't never seen nothing like it with a drip so hard. Made her straight, she was dying cause a nigga cold as ice that sharper than a knife. I could change your whole life just by making you my white man. Look, that nigga got the boots, beard sprays, man. Look, that nigga got the garment with the shades, man. Look, that nigga got the spikes on his armband. And he got the Shield of David on his charm, man. No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, my lady in the dress, they hating, we dead fresh. I'm making their ass sweat with all this masculinity. I can tell she feeling me, my swag on infinity. And just say something you can buy. They asking who am I traded in my suit and tie. And I just got a garment from the captain. Catch me in the club smelling like black. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew chick. And you do not want tests, I got my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. Check out my Hebrew trip, my Hebrew trip. You know I'm Hebrew fresh with my Hebrew click. I know you can't understand and I'm on some Hebrew shit. Check out my Hebrew trip. Thy cheeks are comely with rows of jewels, thy neck with chains of gold. We will make thee borders of gold and studs of silver. Hebrew drip.
Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. We riding. We riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Yeah, we riding. We riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. U.P.K run the corners and warlike apparel. We put on a whole armor. Fuck the numbers, the Lord with us, we stronger. Niggas in their feelings, but they better keep their distance. Cause if they run up on us, it's gonna be an ugly day. We gon' fall on you faggots just like the Kentucky 8. Y'all niggas don't really want no problems. Cause we got brothers on Shamar that's itching to get to solve them. Pray to get the order just to follow it. We don't give a fuck about your pride, better swallow it. I'ma ride for my brothers and I die for this truth. Don't believe me? Then you could be the proof, nigga. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. mechanic of the Western, surrounded by my brothers, and damn it, it's a blessing. When we pull up on you while you panicking and stressing, acting like a bitch with anxiety, mixed with manic and depression. I can hear your heartbeat. And you scared cause you know them bullets ripping through flesh like sharp teeth. But you can catch the yard corral after you get your ass beat. We'll double back and finish the job. We can box it out and shoot shit. Whole team full of killers, don't push us cause we known to get ruthless. You welcome all smoke, we ain't hiding. Nigga, if you fucking with my brothers, then we riding. Nigga.
Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding.
I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding.
Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding.
I get the order, yeah, I'm riding. Fucking with my brothers, yeah, we riding.
Shalom, y'all. All right. Y'all should know about some of your shot before war. All right. Hit that StreamYard link if you want to jump in with us. If you're watching. All right. We are live on Facebook and YouTube at I.S.U.P.K. Florida, as well as I.S.U.P.K. Fort Myers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check in with me. You know what I'm saying? Let me know you're watching. Hit the sign-in sheet, you know what I'm saying, to get your Hebrew name. All right, speaking of the Hebrew name, you know what I'm saying, this is the class to be in if you want to know Hebrew. All right, if you got a Hebrew name and you don't know what it means, you know what I'm saying, this is the class you want to be in to find out what that name means, how to break it down, where you can find that in the Bible or concordance, you know what I'm saying, or maybe you want to name somebody. Maybe you want to name your child, right? Well, you have to know Hebrew in order to be able to name anybody a Hebrew name. Just like you have to learn English in order to give yourself or give someone an English name. You understand? So this is the class that you want to be in to learn the Hebrew. I am I.S.U.P.K, preaching officer of 1,000 out here in West Palm Beach, Florida. All right, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group nor religious organization. Okay, there's plenty of copies, but the I.S.U.P.K is the original. All right, you want the what they call it, the real McCoy. This is it. All right. No, ain't no shalawams in here. Ain't no Shabbat shalawams in here for sure. You know what I'm saying? What we will do is teach you the truth according to the Bible, and only the truth. So, with that being said, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. Y'all make sure y'all share and like this video. Can y'all hear me well? Give me a 1 in the chat if you can hear me properly. Ouch. I ain't hear that. All right, y'all should be able to hear me fine. Okay. All right, so first thing we're gonna do is give y'all some of these characters. All right, in order to learn a language, you must know the characters that it consists of, and that includes the alphabet as well as the numbers, the number system that it uses. All right. Once you learn the alphabet and number system, then you go on to increasing your vocabulary. learn words. This is also what we're going to do today. I'm going to some vocabulary words. I know y'all can't see me. I don't know why the screen is blurred up like this. Probably because it's so bright. I don't know. Let me see. Gotta fix the studio lighting. That is a great. Shalom, prison officer. I'm a young. That is a great suggestion. All right. In doing so, we will cover a lot of vocabulary words. So we will go into Psalms 83. I got you. Don't even sweat it. We will definitely review Psalms 83 in the Hebrew and break it down. All right. Get to it real quick. So, if you have a Tanakh, this is what you definitely want to be looking in. You know what I'm saying? It's to help you to identify those Hebrew characters, all right, in the Assyrian. So get you a Tanakh if you can. You know what I'm saying? It's not mandatory. It's not a class requirement, but it is very handy. Also, you might want to get you a Blue Letter Bible. Blue Letter Bible is absolutely free, and it includes a interlinear concordance. So if you come across a word that you don't understand or you don't know the meaning to, you can go into the Blue Letter Bible. Now, little disclaimer though, when you read it in the Blue Letter Bible, you get to go to the concordance in the Blue Letter Bible. It's written in what you call modern Hebrew or Yiddish. Understand? So the pronunciations of the word aren't the proper pronunciations. You know what I'm saying? If you do your history, you'll find out that these vowel sounds that they use in Yiddish, the vowel sounds that they use in the modern Hebrew, did not exist when these books were written. All right, there was no letter J for one. That's English. All right, but there also was no U sound, no E sound, no A sound, and nothing like that. Let me see who's in. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Christ. What's up?
Most High Christ.
Mm-hmm. 1 second. All right, so like I said, yeah, there were no vowel sounds like that. There was no E sound and all that stuff. So all those things that you hear in the modern Hebrew, that's new. It wasn't in the Bible back then when it was written. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff was added into it. So the word shalom didn't exist back then. So if you say shalom, that's incorrect. Now, if you want to keep speaking Yiddish, that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's your prerogative. But if you want to learn the biblical ancient Hebrew, this is where you're gonna find it. All right. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the characters up on the board. All right, now this is the Assyrian Hebrew that I have up on the board. Most of you are familiar with this. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot that this is the easy Hebrew. Everybody understands this Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? The challenge is the Assyrian Hebrew, which is why I like to write in Assyrian Hebrew in these classes, because, of course, like I just showed you, that's what the Tanakh is written in, and that's the most challenging literature that you can read. You know what I'm saying? When you studying and you trying to learn the Hebrew, the most challenging Hebrew to read and write is the Assyrian Hebrew. Easy to write like this. You know what I'm saying? It's easy for Adam and them to write like this. You know what I mean? And then we got the Assyrian put in there. You know what I mean? Now it's a little different. And what I was taught was the Assyrian is more formal. It's kind of like, in a way, you can think of it like the difference between writing in text and then writing in cursive. Okay, that's the difference. One is text, one is cursive. So one is like more formal, and one has more to do with, just how you are comfortable with writing. You know what I'm saying? That's your signature. Everybody has a different signature because they have their comfort with their writing changes. Everybody's comfort changes with their writing. You know what I'm saying? So however you might be left-handed. So when you're writing, your Y's swirl a little different than mine because I write with my right hand. You know what I'm saying? So when I write, I drag my hand this way to make it swirl. But if you write with your left hand, you kind of got to drag it this way, towards you, and it changes. Just something like that will make that change, or just the way that you position your hand when you write. You know what I'm saying? So there's different changes with everybody's signature. However, the point I'm saying is, one of these, they both are the same language. They're both the same characters, but they're written different. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the Assyrian up on the board, right up under the ancient. So I'm writing the Assyrian in blue. All right, so now the blue is the Assyrian. Notice the difference. It's quite different than the ancient. You know what I mean? One is basically more formal than the other. The Assyrian is considered to be more formal than the other because that's what all of our official documents have been written in, like the Tanakh. All right, the official documents are written in the Assyrian. It's considered to be more formal than the ancient. Now, understand this too. In the history of it, like this language right here, these characters died off, right? These characters were basically forgotten about during our captivities. All right, so when we went into captivity after captivity, eventually these characters right here became, done away with, basically. Everybody had forgot about it. It's a lot similar to how the Native Indians, we think about the Qadash, the so-called Native Indians. When the conquistadors, when the colonizers came to America, and they put the so-called Native Indians in boarding schools, they made them speak English, and Latin. They made them speak their language, and eventually they would forget their own native language. It's the same thing that happened in biblical times. You start writing this, even though the language is the same, excluding some differences, which is why the Ephraimites, when challenged, they couldn't pronounce a certain word. If a person pronounced, I don't recall the word right off the top of my head, but they would tell the Ephraimites to pronounce a certain word, and they knew that if they pronounced it this way, then they were Ephraim. But if they pronounce it the way that the Benjamites pronounce it, then they know that they're not Ephraim. But they knew that the Ephraimites pronounced this word a certain way. So if they pronounce it that way, then that's Ephraim. And they would slay them. They will unalive them. So hope y'all can see this. Here. You know what I mean? So, like, there were like slight changes like that. It's kind of like how Mexicans speak a different Spanish than Puerto Ricans. Still Spanish, it's just a different dialect. You know what I mean? We had different dialects as well. You know what I'm saying? So, also, Young, you want to give it a shot with reading the Hebrew? Like, sounding off the characters?
God.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, ta.
My bad. You said you at time, right?
Ta, ya, ka. Your video is delaying, Salakia.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
La, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, ta.
All right. Well done. Excellent. And that only comes from practicing. Constant practice. You know what I'm saying? Priest Officer Thummy Young is constantly in the Sabbath service, you know what I'm saying, reading the Tanakh, which makes it easier to understand and learn and remember the Hebrew. You know what I mean? So if you are looking to not only come in this class to learn the Hebrew, but actually keep up with it and use it practically, being in the Sabbath service, following along in a Tanakh or the Blue Letter Bible, that's very recommended because that's going to help you retain the Hebrew. You're going to come across a word that you might have learned in the Lashawan Qadash class. When you see it, you'll say, oh, I remember learning this word. I know exactly what it means. You know what I'm saying? Or I remember these characters. I know exactly what these characters is. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this word before. All right, so the two classes go hand in hand. That's why the Lashawan Qadash is on Friday and the Sabbath service is on Saturday. You ever been in class and you learn you got a whole shoot, for real, you got a whole year of learning in school. And it's like, as soon as you get out of school and go out for the summer, you done forgot everything you learned in school. You know what I mean? So, you know, in here, that's why you got the Lashawan Qadash on Friday, because it's still fresh on your mind on Saturday. So when you get in the class, when you get in the Sabbath service on Saturday, let's say you got to go up and read. You know what I mean? You won't be all nervous, you won't be shook, because you'll know that most of these characters you already learned. That's why we go over the alphabet. It's the first thing we do. So it can be fresh on your mind every time. And then you go into the Sabbath service, and now you know how the I looks. You know how the Na looks. The I, Pa, you know, so on and so forth. You know how these characters look already, because you just learned them yesterday. So now you get the chance to use what you've learned and apply it. Hey, Shalom, Trooper the one Ya'Allah.
Shalom, Lord Christ.
Shalom, Lord Christ. You want to give it a go as well? I don't know how much of the class you've been watching, but we going over the Hebrew.
With what? What's on the board?
Yes.
God, ain't no sweat.
All right, so whenever you're ready. Keep going.
Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Ta.
I'm right. Give me a hand. Flowing through it. You know what I mean? Because the one Ya'Allah studies. The one Ya'Allah practices his Hebrew as if he were in elementary school learning the English alphabet. Just like you would write down A, B, C, D, E, F, G in both capital and lowercase. It's the same way you should do it with the ancient and Assyrian Hebrew. Write down both characters. You know what I'm saying? And now I'll take you one step further and give you the pronunciation of them. All right? So good job. You know what I'm saying? Give them both a hand. You got I.
Wait, Salakia, sir, my arm. I gotta jump out and jump back in. My screen tripping.
All right, this way. I, Ma, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Cha. You have Ta. Like I gotta make some space. Ta, Ya, Ka. La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. All right. So if you don't have this in your notes, make sure you write this in your notes. I'll be right back. Thought you was the other brother.
Yeah, I figured.
He said that he would make it though. Right, so these are all our characters right here. Some of these characters, as you can see in the Assyrian, have multiple different characters. All right, they have two instead of just one, like the others. This is because you're going to use different characters if the letter falls at the end of the word. If that character falls at the end of the word, you'll use this one. I put it on the right side for demonstration purposes. So this character here on the left side, you're going to use regularly. If you see this in the, or if you're writing a word and there's a ma in the word, for example, thamayam. Thamayam is spelled the, ma, ya, and then ma again. But this time we use this ma because it's at the end. Right? So it'll be this this ma on the left, the ya, and then the ma on the right. Get it? Because this is the standard character that you use in the Assyrian, and this is the character you use at the end. So in the Assyrian, that is written like that for 5 different characters: the ka, the ma, the na, the pa, and the tazak. Those 5 characters you want to keep in mind that they are interchangeable. All right. All right. So what we're going to do now is go to the book of Psalms. And if anybody has a question, you feel free to put it in the group in the comment section. Write your questions in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer it. So we are here in the Tanakh. I'm gonna also pull it up on the screen. This is the Tanakh. I'm gonna go to the Blue Letter Bible. Just pull it up on the screen. Unfortunately, I don't know how to show both the English and the Assyrian at the same time. Yeah, I don't know how to get them both on the screen at the same time. The only way I can do that is click this, and then now you see it. But I want to see the entire, chapter parallel, but I don't know. I'm not sure how to do that. So here we have verse 1, all right? Now, what I could do is I could read it in the English first, and we'll translate it. All right, so first, let me read Psalms 83, starting at 1. And then when y'all jump back in. Okay. Hey, Trooper Nwanya Allah, would you mind reading Psalms 83 for me?
And slow, you can hear me?
I can hear you now.
And in Hebrew?
In English.
English. Come on, I got you.
Put it up in the English first.
I got it.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Don't come. Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel be in no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and Zeheb, and like Zeheb. Yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Salmon, Salamana,
Zamuna,
Zamuna, who
a
said,
heathen nation. All of these are heathen nations. You know what I'm saying? These are all, this is a list of heathens that were destroyed by the Israelites. All right? By the power of the Most High, God of the Israelites. Okay? And this is in the book of Psalms, so we know that King David wrote these words, right? And he's praying that the same thing that happened to our enemies of old, who were, slaughtered and destroyed. He's praying that that same thing happens to our new enemies. He's praying for it. He's asking God for it. And we know, if you know anything about David, he was a man of the Most High's own heart. Meaning what? They thought a lot. They had the same wants and desires. King David had the same wants and desires as the Most High. Right? So it means to be like unto someone's heart. Your heart is not a thing that pumps blood, according to the Bible. It's your mind. Like it's another scripture that says, where your heart is, where your treasure is, there also lies your heart. Why? Because that's all you think about. That's all you love. That's all you care about. Your heart is your mind. And David's mind was just like the Most High. Go ahead.
don't come, verse 12, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
Right. As the stubble, listen, these things are synonymous with destruction. Fire, everybody knows what fire does. It burns and destroys. Right? And King David is comparing them to stubble. Why? Because stubble burns easily in a fire. That's how if you're an outdoor survivalist or you've ever been camping, the best way to start your fire is to get like what they would call stubble. Is like, you would scrape off. I don't know if y'all ever watched it, but they would go to a tree, they'll cut off the bark, because bark won't, it won't burn quickly unless you use some sap. But you cut off the bark and then you get down to the meat of the tree, and then you make shavings of that. You know what I'm saying? You collect the shavings, and then they use that to start their fire. Then they put firewood on top of that. Once the fire is kindled, they put other firewood on top of that. Because once you light up that stubble, once you light up that wood shaving, it's gonna be gone in seconds. You gotta act quick. You gather your firewood, you gather the shavings, the wood shavings, you set the shavings on fire, and right after you light it, you put some firewood on top of that, because the firewood is what's going to burn for a long time, and it'll turn into coal, turn into charcoal. But that stubble is going to be gone before you know it. You know what I'm saying? It burns up that quick. And David's comparing it to stubble because, you know, it just burns up easily. It's destroyed easily by fire. You know what I'm saying? He's praying for this. He's saying this about people. Make no mistake. King David is praying to God, his God, about destroying another people. Keep going.
Come, verse 15. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
All right, so that's Psalms 83, man. And now, since we read it in Hebrew, now I'm gonna start breaking it down in Hebrew. All right, the first sentence is keep not thy silence, O God. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. All right. And if you see my screen, it says a song or psalm of Asaph. Okay. So let's put it up here on the board. Matter of fact, you can see it on the screen. There you go. And this is the beautiful thing about Blue Letter Bible, because what they do is they put the word that is translating right next to its translation, and it gives you the strong number to go and find it and look it up yourself to find out what it means. All right, Shayar is a song or song. Maza Mawar. La Asap. Okay. And the first word we have is key, which is W. All right. Now let's go to that word, H1824. W. Cessation, quiet, rest, silence, pause, peacefulness. Look. They say pause. I'm about to start using that. I'm gonna be like dumb. Nah, but you know what I mean? Silence. Okay. Damya is silence. The root word for it, right here, the root etymology is from the word dama. Okay. If you go there, it's gonna, and this is like the formula of Blue Letter Bible. You want to find the word, the root word, and then you go to the root of that root word, dama, which is to cease, cause to cease, cut off, destroy, perish. This is why you're going to see that word a couple times in this chapter. All right, but nonetheless, hold on. The word here is damya. Okay, damya. Then the next word is laka, which means thou. All right, this one doesn't have a Strong's number next to it. Laka means thou. Laka. Ka is you. It's a possessive pronoun. Okay, which means you. Ka. La is a preposition, which means to. Right? To you. Thou. All right. So it's talking about you. Thou. I think I should select it. Damya, all. Let's go to all. all H408 says not, no, nor, neither, nothing, as wish or preference. Okay, the word a negative particle, right? Root word etymology, la'a. Okay, so it comes from the word la'a. But in this instance, it's all. Okay, let's go back. So all is keep not. Damya all. Laka. Damya silence. All right. So silence not you. Silence is what we're reading. Silence you or silence silence not you. Silence. Meaning don't be silent. That's how you translate that. And then it says Alahayam. What is Alahayam? No one y'all. Oh, no one y'all is gone. Salaki, I was thinking young. Could you answer that? You on mute.
Lord Christ.
Come on.
What you say again, Warrior?
I was asking, what is Alahayam?
Lahayim is you know the I know Allah is power and Alahayim is powers, right?
Right. You know what I'm saying? So correct. Alahayam is powers. This is talking about the Most High. Right? So that's Alahayam. It's referring to God. But like Officer Thumbin said, Allah, the word Allah means God. The yum at the end makes it plural. Okay? If we go to H430, we see it says that rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, gods. Okay? Plural intensive singular meaning. God, goddess, God-like, one, works or special possessions of God, or the true God with a capital G. All right. Why is it making a difference between the true God and God's with a little g? Because that word, like Officer Thumbin said, means powers. And even though you're not the most high power, or even though there's not just one power, that's why we call him the most high power, there are other powers. You understand? The Bible says that ye are gods because you have power as well. You have power, a man has power over his wife. He is a ruler. We are judges. Okay? The angels have powers, but they are not the most high power. But the word Alahayim or Allah means power or God, which is what the term God means, is power. All right? Power is not the Most High's name. It's a title. Next, we have Ta Kharash. Ta Kharash. All right, so real quick, let me put this up on the board real fast. We got Damya, all, Laka. I know y'all can't really see my board. That's why I'm putting it up on the screen. But I will write it up here though. Damya, all, Laka, Damya. Allah, ha, Yum. Okay. Next word is Qadash, which means hold. H2790. Qadash is a primitive root word. It's a verb, which means to cut in, to plow, engrave, devise, or device. Not devise, right? To cut in, engrave, to plow, to devise, to be plowed, to plot, eat, to plot evil, all right? To be silent, to be deaf, all right? To keep quiet, to make silent, to be deaf, show deafness, to remain silent. That's what Qadash means, okay? Now, the reason why you see so many definitions and some of them don't really have exactly the same meaning is just like how in English you have words that in context can mean different things. It's the same way in Hebrew. There are a lot of words that you're going to find that have multiple meanings. It's going to have different meanings according to the context that it's used in. All right, and that's the same way with Hebrew. With English, there's no difference, right? Because I could say hot, but I'm not talking about the temperature. Okay, I could say, what's another one? I could say high, but I'm not talking about an altitude. All right, there's different. There's words that have the same spelling with different meanings, and it's the same in Hebrew. It's all based on context. That's why you'll hear in the UPK, we say it all the time. Context is everything. All right, let's go to the next word. So that word is Qadash. Next word is again all. So Qadash, all. Put that on the board. Qadash, all. Qadash. All right. So Qadash, all. Qadash, what all? All right. Qadash, all. Qadash, what all? Like it, which is hold not thy peace, and B, which is what all tha shakwat, which is incorrect. Hold on one second. The tha shakwat means to be silent. Okay. Maybe this got a little bit mixed up because it says B right here, but I know for a fact tha shakwat is silent. Well, all. Okay, so let me just go to the actual text right here up at the top, right? So we got Shayar Mazamawar La Asap, right? Alahayim All Damaya Laka, okay? Which is, like we said before, the Most High's name. Alahai, all damaya laka. We know this is not. We know this is the root word silence or keep silence. Damya, all damya, not keep silence, not. Okay. Laka, which is thou, and then all da karash. Okay, which is not hold thy peace. So we got all damya laka, all da karash. Okay, you write it up here like that. Okay. All right. So on the board, Alahai, again, which is the Most High's name, or not Salaki, not the Most High's name. I take that back. Alahai is God, gods / powers. Alahayim, all damayalaka, all meaning no / not. Damaya, to keep silent. Okay, laka, thou. It's like to and you. La, to, ka is you. All, which is no / not, once again, or not to. The, so like a the karash, to hold or keep. Okay. While the wa here is a preposition, right? You're familiar with prepositions. Wa means and. La is again no, not. Da shakwat. Da shakwat is to be silent or quiet. Not even quiet. Yeah, I guess you could say quiet. To be silent, quiet, or shut up. To shut up, so to speak. All right. Oh. All right. Next verse. Up here on the board. Switch it over. All right. Next verse reads, "For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. YAHANNA awayabyaka YAHANNA yawan wa ma shana ya no select wa ma shana ya ka na sha'awa ra'ash." Okay, write that real quick. Okay. All right. YAHANNA, 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 WAMA SHANA YAKA, NASHAWA, RA'ASH AL, IMAKA, YAIRYAMWA, SAWAD, WAYA TAZAWA. What does this mean? Okay, let's go to it. So Kaya, the first word means 4. H3588. This is 4. All right, 4. Hana. 4. Hana, which is H2009. This means to look, or behold, or lo. Hope y'all can see this green marker. Lo is short for look. Kaya hana means look or behold. Behold is old Quaker English for look, see. This is why the scripture says, I beheld, right? I saw, or I looked. You know what I'm saying? YAHANNA. Okay, YAHANNA means our enemies. Okay, now I'm gonna give you a quick lesson on this, right? And this is something that we've been taught in this class. This yaka, okay? Why is it yaka? We know the ka. If you've been around, you know what the ka means. Okay, the ka is a possessive pronoun, which means you. All right. The ayab is the root word. The wa does something to this root word. You understand? This wa makes it salaki. This wa, you know what I'm saying, is man, I forget the word for it. I got it. It'll come back to me. But the ayab is the root of this word, which means enemy, right? But ayab is enemy singular. Okay, so there's a reason why this ya is here. This ya makes it plural, but you can only add this ya here in front of the ka because the ya makes this root word here plural with a possession word on it. All right, so it becomes your enemies. Okay, your enemies. If I would have just put ka at the end, it would have been your enemy singular. But because I have the Yah here, this makes it a plural possessive pronoun. All right? It makes ka a plural possessive pronoun instead of a singular possessive pronoun, meaning it's not just one enemy that's yours. There are multiple enemies that are yours. So that's what this is. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K means your enemies, plural. All right. Next, we have YAHANNA. All right. YAHANNA is H1993, which is Hama. The root word is Hama, which means murmur, growl. In other words, a cry, a tumult. Okay, what is a tumult? Tumult is a loud sound. You understand? That's what a tumult is. Let me move this up the screen. A tumult is a loud sound or loud cry. You understand? A tumultuous sound. It's a very loud sound. Okay? Or a murmur or a growl. Okay? In this context, it's a cry, a loud sound. All right, YAHANNA means to make a loud sound. To make a cry, to make a tumult. All right? YAHANNA. YAHANNA. Okay? Wa is a preposition, which means and. Shana is to hate. All right? The yaka is the same as before. It's a plural possessive pronoun. All right? All right? So your hate, right? This translates in the Bible to they that hate thee. And they that hate thee. Okay, that's how this translates. And hate you. All right, and they that hate thee and hate you. Okay, it's still a plural possessive pronoun, right? That hate is it's a verb. It's what's called a participle. All right, this word right here, this hate is a participle. What does that mean? Participles act as a verb and an adjective. Okay, so it can be used as an adjective and a verb, right? Like for instance, finish. Right, the word finish is a verb, but if I say this class is finished, it's an adjective as well as a verb. Okay, if I say It's another word. If I say something's done, it's the same thing. Done is really, or to do is a verb. But if something is done, it can be a verb and an adjective. Meaning this building is done. My sentence is done. All right? That's what this mashun is. Okay? All right? Oh, my bad. Left out the A. The I. I mean, ma-sha, na, ah. Ma-sha, na, ah. Y-A-H. Okay? That's what that is. To hate, which is a participle. Wa masha na'a yaka na sha'aw. Na sha'aw, which means have lifted or to lift up. Na sha'aw. Past tense. Na sha'awa, past tense. To lift up or lift it up. Okay? Na sha'awa. Our Ra'ash. Ra'ash 87218. Ra'ash is head. Okay. From an unused root, apparently meaning to shake. All right. The definition is head, top, summit, upper part, chief, total, sum, height, front, beginning. Okay, that's the Ra'ash. Let me get you another word that'll go with it real quick. Because this Ra'ash should be familiar if you have good notes. If you have good notes, then this Ra'ash should look very familiar. Does anyone know where Ra'ash is also at? Drop it in the comments if you know where you can find the word Ra'ash. Or within what word is the word Ra'ash in? Let's see if anybody knows. Anybody taking good notes? If anybody knows, got good notes from the class, you know that Ra'ash Yah is Genesis, or the beginning. If you go back to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, and you read in Hebrew, it says, Waha Ra'ash Yah. Or no, it's like a Baha Ra'ash Yah. In the beginning. All right? That's the word beginning. And Ra'ash is similar. It's head or top. The beginning. Okay? All right. Ba Ra'ash Yah is in the beginning, aka Genesis. All right. The word Genesis comes from Ba Ra'ash Yah, in the beginning. All right. Just so you know that. Now we got Al again. Okay. Back to the scripture. Okay. I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K. All right. Let me break this down. So I.S.U.P.K. is broken up into two parts. Why? Because the Ein is people. What is the Ka? Anybody know? What time we at? 8:24. I'll give it to you for time's sake. The Ein is people. The Ka is you or your. And the Al means against. Okay? Al is against your people. I.S.U.P.K. All right. The root word here for and then we have Ya'ira-Yumwa. The root word for Ya'ira-Yumwa is Iram, which means to be subtle. Iram, subtle, shrewd, crafty. That's H6191, a primitive root. What does it mean to be a primitive root? Meaning this is the original root word. It's not derived from another root word. Ira, it's like Ira-Yumwa. All right, which means, hold on a second, go back to it. Ira-Yumwa, which means to be subtle or to be crafty. To be crafty. Sawad is counsel. All right. Wa ya I tazawa. Wa. All right. Ya aitaza is the root word for wa ya aitazawa, which means consult. Okay. Ya aitaza is consult. H3289. Again, a primitive root verb. Consult or advised. Wa ya I tazawa makes it past tense. All right, past tense. The wa is and. Okay, so and consulted. Right? Ya aitaza is to consult. Wa ya aitazawa is consulted. They consulted. All right, who consulted? The people that hate you consulted. All right. What's next? Hold on 1 second. Okay. Well, I might need to erase this. Al again is against. Tazak na or Tazapun is like 86845. This means the treasure or hidden. All right. Tazapo1 Yaka means your hidden ones or your treasures. All right. Tazapo1 Yaka, your treasures, your hidden ones. Verse 4. Amarwa, Lakawa, all right. Lakawa, Wanakakitum, wait, Amarwa, which is they have said. The root word in Amarwa is what? Amar. Past tense. Amarwa. Lakawa. All right. Lakawa, right? The root word for Lakawa is Yalak, which means to go or come. All right. Yalak means to come or go. Past tense. All right. Wa nakak yadam. Nakak. It's like it. Kahad is the root word. Right. H3582, a primitive root word, a verb, means to cut off or conceal. This is heavy because that's exactly what they did to the Most High's people. Aimya or Aimka. Okay? Concealed. To hide. All right? Or cut off. come and let us cut off come and let us cut off just like it cut them off, which is the ma. I forgot that part. Let us cut them. The ma is them. Hope y'all can see this well. I know I'm like writing all over the place, but just let me know if you can't see what I'm writing or how I'm writing it. All right. Wa na kaf ya da ma. Ma means them. When it's at the end, it's a possessive pronoun. All right. Let us cut them off, or let us conceal them. Magoya. This is the word that the Jewish people love. The small hats love this word right here. They call you this. All right? Magoya, they love to call you God. Goya. All right? They love calling everybody a Goya. Small hats love calling people Goya. Well, they're Goya too. You know what I'm saying? The word Goya means nation, people. You know what I'm saying? A race. All right? They the main damn, not the main, but they the worst nation on the face of the earth. We the main nation. All right. The ma means from. Nation. All right. Was translated, what's in the Bible is translated to from being a nation. If you read it, if you read the translation, it puts being in parentheses, which means it's assumed that it's saying being a nation. All right. What you gotta understand is when it was translated, Hebrew is not a very, it's a very archaic language, a very barbaric language. All right. So there aren't that many words in Hebrew, which is why I went back to saying how one Hebrew word can mean a ton of different things. All right. And we not put in being inside of a word. All right. Even though there is a word for be, to be, is haya. But if you write a sentence, it's kind of like how the Israelites, or aka the so-called Mexicans, when they speak Spanish, sometimes they don't include all the words that you would say if you want to be literal. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor is a very literal person, or a literal being. All right, and they got to use all of these words to break down every single thing that they mean. You know what I'm saying? We would just be like Magoya, from nation. Go ahead.
Yeah, he also is illiterate.
Oh man, illiterate is exactly true. Illiterate. He don't know what he's doing. This is why he don't even know what he's reading when he reads the Hebrew. Why? You know what I'm saying? This is language. You want to learn language? This right here, what you see, this is language. You understand? The only reason why we think of it as, treasure hidden, you know what I'm saying? Against treasure hidden, or against your treasure hidden, you know what I'm saying? Said come and cut them off. You get what I'm saying? We think, oh, that's foolish. When that's language, that's how you speak. It's very simple. You know what I mean? The oppressor, he's got to make it dumb. You know what I'm saying? And now, you got to flip words around and change them put the word that's at the beginning at the end, and you know what I'm saying? We didn't speak like that. It's very simple. All right. Good morning is BLACKWATCH. Why? Because the morning is good. Put the adjective after the noun. They gotta say good morning because they just goddamn illiterate. All right. Anyway, moving on. You want to say anything else?
Shalaki also, they use a lot of words because the Bible says a fool multiply their words.
Absolutely. You ever try to talk to somebody who was really dumb but they wanted to sound smart, and they use a whole bunch of words? You don't know. You're really making a fool of yourself. You talking too much. You understand? So you absolutely right. Fool multiplies word. See, brother, what you gotta understand is the accumulative propagation of the conundrum that we in. Like, bro, you're trying to sound smart. You sound very dumb. That's your oppressor for you. You know what I mean? Even just now, I just said, you know what I mean? Like you don't gotta use all them words. You know what I mean?
Get to the point.
Yeah. You get to the point for you. Straight to the point. No bull issue. All right. So Magaya is from nation. All right. What's the next word? Select it. Magaya Wala'a. Wala'a Yatazakar. Select it. Yazakar. My bad. Yazakar. Wala'a Yazakar. La'a, which means and no. That's it. And no. And no. It's very simple. It's just that easy. La'a Yazakar. La'a Yazakar. Root word is a car. Like Captain Zakar. Which means to remember. Which is why if you ever spoke to Captain Zakar, and you speak to him one time, you think he forgot about you. He ain't forget. He remembers. He will call you back. You understand? He's gonna tell you exactly what y'all talked about last time, because he will remember. Y'all's a car, all right? Or to recall. The Yah is me or mine. It's a preposition. It's like not his or he remembers. So like he remembered and he remembered or not remember and not or and no he remembered. Okay, from being a nation and he not remembered. You understand? You don't necessarily have to have a he in there because and not remember. Okay. Next word is car shum yasha'ala. Shum Shum Yashalam. Yashalam. Sure, everybody knows what that word is, right? The word shum, however, everybody should know that word too. We say it all the time. Baha shum. Name. Name of who? Anybody can answer. Israel. All right. So far we got Amarwa, which is said, Lakawa, to come. Wa Nakak Yadam, let us cut them off. Magoya, from a nation, if you want to say it that way, from a nation or from nation, and not remember name Israel. Okay? Wa la'a yazakar sham yasha'al, and not remember name Israel. Meaning, you're going to be cut off from remembering, or you're going to be cut off and not remember the name Israel. Which is why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians don't even know that they're the Israelites. And nobody else in the world calls themselves the Israelites. You ever thought about that? Nobody calls themselves the Israelites. Not even the Jewish people. Jewish people don't call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Israeli. Because they can't even, by the Spirit of the Most High, they can't even bring themselves to call themselves the real children of God. This is why they don't even call themselves Jews. They call themselves Jewish. The ish means like or pertaining to. It means you're not that thing. Israeli is not an Israelite. And you can't even bring yourself to call yourself an Israelite because the Spirit won't let you. You know what I'm saying? The Most High won't put it in your spirit to do it. You just take pride in being an Israelite. A Jewish. You take pride in that. That's what the Lord put in you. To make you comfortable with being something like a Jew. Living in the land that belongs to the Israelites, but not actually being an Israelite. That's why. This is why. Psalms 83. Because somebody thousands of years ago said, we're going to cut them off from being a nation, and the name Israel will never be remembered. Nobody's going to ever know about this name at all. And nobody's going to call themselves Israelites. Nobody's going to call them the descendants of Israel. Because we cut that name off. Cut their language off. We cut their history off. That's what the crafty council was about. You understand? And here is David praying against them thousands of years ago. And guess what? His answers are being prayed up. His prayers, Salaki, his prayers are being answered in 2024. We apparently in 2024. I don't know when that happened, but somehow we entered into the year 2024, and God is answering the prayers of David from thousands of years ago. He answered it today. You know where? Right here in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We make sure that this name is remembered. The name of Israel is remembered in here. The language that we spoke is remembered in here. All right? All of our culture, all of our laws is remembered in here. We're undoing that thousands of year curse. You know what I'm saying? This curse has been going on for thousands of years. This council that they had thousands of years ago is finally ending, all thanks to the Most High Christ, Commander General Yohanna in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Coming into the earth in 1969 by the grace of the Most High to remind Zakar Sham Yashala to remember the name of Israel. That's what we came to do. All right, and that's what's happening. So we can move on. I think I'm about to end it. I don't even think I'll have time to do another verse. Verse 4. Yeah, I'm gonna just pick it up. I'll probably, pick this up because I do like this chapter. I'm gonna break it all the way down in the Hebrew. So I'll pick it up next week as well. So we just remember we just ended verse 4, so next week I'll pick up verse 5. All right. That, you know what I'm saying? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanna. I am Priest and Officer Tazab. I got Priest and Officer of 1,000 Thamayam in the building, joining us live. The water for being here, sir. You understand? So with that, man, I'm going to go ahead and salute everybody. Yahweh show me how Shabrak thumb, which means Most High in the name of Christ, bless you. To all the brothers and to the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Lathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah, which means Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. All right, Shalom. Give it to y'all next week. Get with y'all tomorrow, matter of fact, for the Sabbath service, where a lot of these words that we just learned, and if you took good notes, you'll probably see them again tomorrow. So a lot of these words that we learned today may very well show up in the Tanakh tomorrow as we read it. And it happens all the time. So make sure you got good notes. Make sure you study them. You can always go back to that word in your notes if you ever forget it. All right. So shalom, everybody. Throughout them young.
God, Most High Christ.
All right. Most High Christ.